morning and welcome to this new podcast. Today we will talk about the rights of LGBTQIA plus people, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, intersex, and asexual, as well as other identities and orientations such as non-binary, gender fluid, or pansexual in Italy. We know that in the countries where you were born or raised, having a sexual orientation which is different to that which is socially imposed or freely expressing your gender identity is not always possible because it's considered wrong and therefore needs to be hidden. We know that in many countries around the world, experiencing feelings of affection and attraction for a person of one's own sex or identifying with a gender different to the gender assigned at birth can be a cause of discrimination and violence, as well as being considered crimes. We therefore want to tell you something very important to us. We, who will be hosting you in Italy, strongly believe that every person has the right to express their sexual orientation and gender identity freely and without shame. There is never, in any event, anything wrong with being yourself. You should know that Italy recognizes the need for protection and thus grant refugee residence permits to people who have had to leave the country because they have suffered violence and discrimination due to their sexual identity. With this residence permit, it's possible to live legally in Italy, work, study, and have the same rights as other residents. Furthermore, in Italy, discrimination on the grounds of sexual orientation or gender identity is prohibited by law. Public opinion is also generally becoming more open and sensitive to the rights of LGBTQI plus people. Despite this, Italy still needs to make some progress before attitudes which are hostile to LGBTQIA plus people are completely eradicated, and it may happen that you encounter people who, due to prejudice or ignorance, are hostile to LGBTQIA plus people or relationships. In this case, remember that you are not alone and you do not have to suffer passively. If you suffer violence, threats, or discriminatory acts because of your sexual orientation or gender identity, you can report it and ask for help. In Italy, there are many organizations that protect the rights of LGBTQIA plus people, which will be able to support you in a case of need. The staff who will look after you in Italy will certainly put you in contact with these associations and will help you find the association closest to you. You should know that in Italy, same-sex couples can get married through civil unions in non-religious marriage, which guarantee most of the rights of marriage. Same-sex couples cannot, however, adopt a child, unlike in other European countries. In Italy, transgender people can potentially undertake a process of transition or surgical and/or formal gender reassignment. This means that following a complete support program with specialized healthcare personnel, those who wish it may be able to receive hormone therapy, undergo a surgical operation for gender reassignment, and request the correction of personal data, name and sex, indicated on official documents. Medical intervention is completely free because it's generally paid for by the Italian National Health Service. The Italian healthcare system also covers all the medical needs you may have, such as assistance for sexually transmitted infections. People with these infections have the right to receive the necessary care free of charge from specialized healthcare facilities. In this podcast, we will certainly not have answered all your queries, and there will surely be many other questions you would like to ask us. Don't worry, in Italy, you will have the opportunity to learn more about this topic with the staff who will welcome you. Feel free to speak openly with them without fear of being judged or discriminated against. Your own path to Italy may not always be straightforward, and there may be times when you will feel uncomfortable or that you are going uphill. Settling into a new country with different customs and habits and another language is not always easy or quick. Staff are there to listen to and support you.